You're coming to Rascal's here in Worcester. And is this the first date on your tour?
It is.
Wow.
The first date on the tour, back from the pandemic.
Wow.
First day.
Yeah, so this is your first real... I know you've played a few shows, kind of, socially distant shows and things like that, but is this the first, like, real touring as close as the way it used to be that you're starting here in Worcester?
Yeah, this is the closest to what it used to be. That's a good way to put it. Yeah, this is the first show in Worcester, and first of many. The whole rest of the year is booked out, so we're going to be traveling around to everywhere we can. Looking forward to it.
Making up for lost time, I guess.
Yeah, really. Yeah, the whole pandemic shut everybody down, really, and this is like a light at the end of the tunnel. We're really looking forward to touring again and being on the road and playing shows and seeing everybody. And what a great place to start, Worcester.
Yes, this is a hard rockin' town. That's for sure. Yeah. We're very excited to see you here, and very excited that you're playing Empire all the way through for the 30th anniversary, and also you've thrown in Rage for Order too, which is fantastic. What was behind throwing in Rage for Order on this tour also?
Well, of course, I really wanted to celebrate the 30-year anniversary of Empire. We have a new box release coming out as well for that. It's a wonderful album to play, and I really, really never got a chance to play all the songs on the album, so this is really a treat for me as well as people who enjoy the record. And the reason why I threw Rage for Order in there as a kind of an opening set is simply because I wanted to. I just love that album, and it's a completely different kind of record than Empire is, so there's this nice contrast of Queensryche style, that you see there with the darker, more introspective Rage for Order, and then with the more open and optimistic Empire album,
Yeah.
And I think it makes for good theater, it makes for a good show, and really looking forward to people seeing it.
That's the best reason to do something, right? Because I want to.
Well, yeah, it actually is, because I really, really want to.
Yeah, right. That's the best. I was wondering, so in preparation for playing these albums in its entirety, and I'm assuming you're playing them in order, right, all the way through.
Yeah, all of chronological order. Yeah, album order.
While you're preparing for this and rehearsing and going through the albums, is there anything from Empire that you may have rediscovered? Because you mentioned you didn't get to play a lot of this stuff live. And so is there anything from Empire, Rage for Order that you've rediscovered, or that while getting familiar with them again or playing them in this order has kind of surprised you, or you've discovered something different about them?
Well, I think there's a joy that I've definitely experienced performing the Empire album. It's kind of an uplifting record, even though it's got a couple tracks on it that are kind of more globally aware, society in transition, sort of pointing out, our problems with, global warming and homelessness, which seems to be a plague upon the country and the world, in a sense. There's songs on the album that deal with that are pretty timely, because we're still dealing with those issues. But overall, it's a record that has a lot of uplifting kind of songs that are hopeful of what we can do if we put our minds to it, So I guess I've been experiencing that, really, and looking at it in a different way that I never did before.
While we're talking about that, I got to say, I just want to bring up Operation Mindcrime really quickly, because this is a question I wanted to ask you after talking about Empire, that I don't know of many albums that become even more relevant as time goes on, as far as Operation Mindcrime goes. I can't really think of one off the top of my head, but it's amazing how more relevant the subject matter of that album has become as we've moved on. I mean, the fake news and, the government manipulating companies and media and people. It's unbelievable. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I can see why you could say that. The messages in that album, Operation Mindcrime, are timeless, really.
Yeah.
It's really a study in human nature how we roll, which I guess has been kind of with us, for thousands and thousands of years, I guess ever since, civilization started, really. There's always going to be, I think, people that are trying to vie for power and keep control over other people in order to have them do what they want them to do. It's kind of the age-old human story. And that's what Mindcrime is about, really. It's just set in a location, a time, but as you pointed out, the time could be any time, really, and especially now, because it's just a lot more prevalent in our face. We're coming to terms with the fact that this is happening. We're being lied to. We're being sold, different projects and agendas and things like that. So yeah, it's a timeless record. It really is.
It's just amazing. You know what? It's amazing, and also, please don't take this the wrong way. It's sad that it's even, to me, even more relevant today, because you think we would evolve from there, but like you said, thousands and thousands of years of manipulation by people in charge. It's a timeless thing. Also, I was listening to the Sweet Oblivion album that came out in April. Mm-hmm. Is that and amazing stuff. I mean, it's the guitar playing on it. It's incredible. Are you just sticking to the two albums on this tour? Or are you going to be playing any stuff from that?
I'm not playing anything from the Sweet Oblivion records yet. I have another album I'm going to do under Sweet Oblivion, and I think when I finish that one, then I'll probably do a tour of that record, those records, I guess, because there'll be three of them at that time, and I'll have enough material to play live, right? But yeah, they're fun records. They're cool, and you're right. The guitar playing is amazing on them both different guitar players, but equally as entertaining and interesting. Definitely, and really a treat to be part of that whole project. I'm really happy with it.
And I gotta compliment you on your performance on "Shine On You Crazy Diamond." I mean, first of all, I'm a huge Pink Floyd fan, and to cover Pink Floyd is a daunting task, I would imagine. And you guys nail it. And you did have you had some pretty good musicians backing you up on that one. How did you get involved in that project?
They asked me. Nice. And I'm a huge Pink Floyd fan, so I jumped at the chance to record, a song. And one of the pieces of music that really helped shape my musicality was "Shine On You Crazy Diamond." That was one of the things I first really heard, from a musical standpoint as a young musician growing up, and it really hit me, that song, or that piece of music. I can't really call it a song because it's more than a song.
Yes, yes.
It's all these different movements and different parts, which I found to be incredibly interesting at the time, back in 1975 when I first heard it, and now, of course, being part of the remake of it. I'm very proud to be part of it, and a great team of musicians put that together, and I'm glad you like it. I hope more people hear it.
Yeah, I really love it. And did you have any interaction with any other musicians? I'm not quite sure how that came together in these times of pandemic. Or did you have any interaction with Steve Hackett or Billy Sheehan or Ian Pace or Jeff Downs?
No, it was all done over the internet. The virtual studio, so to speak. But I know some of those guys, and had conversations with them, of course, over the phone, and the new way, I guess, of recording, at least over the last year and a half or so, has been, virtually, different musicians playing in different studios around the world, and then we put it all together, and it works really well, actually. It's fantastic, because it's all you really need to do is talk about it, ahead of time and get your game plan in order, what you're going to do, and then you just start passing around the files and the information to get the song the way you want it,
Well, it sounds amazing, so I'm not going to complain, that's for sure. It sounds pretty awesome. I also wanted to ask, are you still making wine?
I am, yeah. Insania is my brand. We do a red Pinot Noir and a white Sauvignon Blanc and a Pinot Gris. And we make it in the Alsace region, which is on the border of France and Germany. And it's very good wine. Very good, I have to say. Been working hard at it for many years.
Which is harder, making wine or writing a song? Or is that just not even a comparison?
Well, they're comparable in a couple ways. With wine, you take these, especially if you're going to do a blend or a meritage, you take several different grape varietals and you blend them together to make, your final wine that you put in the bottle. And with writing a song, you take these different instruments and you blend them together to form a song, So there's similarities in that respect. It's also kind of labor intensive. Both projects are labor intensive. You spend a lot of time cultivating your grapes and growing them and taking care of them in order to, make the best wine that you possibly can. And same with music. You spend a lot of time picking the notes that you're going to use and to construct a song. So yeah, they both are labor intensive. They take time and kind of similar in a way.
Yeah, and do you think that they both retain the personality or the character of the person creating them?
Yeah, I do. I really do. And that's especially making wine. That's what you really strive to do, is to create something that's an expression of where the grapes come from. The area of the ground, the terroir, as the French say. And with music, it can be the same thing. You're striving to get your idea across, your emotion that you're trying to convey, the words that you're saying. You try to give them, support. With the chords you choose and the melodies that you choose.
Well, I appreciate you answering that question, and we are very much looking forward to seeing you here. And I can't believe you're starting the tour in Worcester. It's quite an honor for the city. So we will see you next week here at Rascals in Worcester. And Geoff Tate, thank you so much for taking the time today. We appreciate it.
My pleasure, Mike. Talk to you soon. Take care, and thank you for the interview, man.
You got it, man. Thank you very much.